Hello everyone, welcome to our Saraswati Academy. As all of you know that we have started Maths 2 practice set 1.2 and we have completed some of the examples, that is till example number 5 we have completed. We have studied the 3 theorems also. So now today we are going to study the example number 6. Okay, so 6th and the 7th example I have written on the blackboard. I will solve one by one. So in the 6th example we can see that I have drawn the diagram and that given us, that is find QP by using the information given in the figure. Now in the figure they have given us the information, that is measurement of NP is given 40, MN is given 25, MQ is given 14 and we have to find the QP. Okay. Now one more information they have given us, that is the NQ is the bisector of angle MNP. This information is given to us in the diagram, and with the help of this information, that is the bisector, NQ is the bisector of angle MNP. By using this property or by using this information, we are going to use here angle bisector theorem. Okay, so by using this theorem we are going to find the value of QP. So now we write the solution. Okay, then after that what is given or what information is given in the example, that we will write it. Okay, so NP or PN we can write PN equal to 40, then MN is equal to 25, then MQ is equal to 40. These three things are given. Okay, one more thing is given, that is in triangle MNP, ray, not ray we will say because in the diagram they have not given us the ray. So in triangle MNP, just NQ is the bisector of angle MNP. Okay, NQ is the bisector of angle MNP. Now we will use the property, that is therefore by the property of angle bisector of a triangle, Okay, so we have to use this property. According to this property we are going to write the ratio, that is the MN upon NP is equal to NQ upon QP. Okay, now we will write the values. So what is the value of MN? MN is 25, NP is 40, NQ is 40 and we have to find QP. Okay, therefore what will be QP? QP is equal to 40 upon 14 upon 25. Okay, so now we will divide it. So 40 and 25 we can divide by 5. 5 5s are 25, 5 8s are 40. Okay, now 14 into 8, that is 8 4s are 32, 3 carry, 8 1s are 8, 9 10 11. So 112 divided by 5. If we will divide this 112 by 5, we will get, that is 5 2s are 10, then 5 2s are 10, again 5 2s are 10 and 5 4s are 20. So we will get the measurement, that is 22.4. So this is the measurement of QP which we have got it. Okay, so by using this property of angle bisector we can find the value of QP. Go towards example number 7. Okay, so in this 7th example they have given in the figure, if AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF, then find X and AE. So by observing the diagram we can understand that there are the 3 parallel lines. Okay, that is the AB, CD and EF. Okay, these are the parallel lines. So 3 parallel lines are there. So by observing the diagram we can say that we have to use or we can identify. Diagram बघूनच आपण ओळखू शकतो की आपल्याला इथे कुठला थिअरम यूज करायचा आहे. So 3 parallel lines are there. म्हणजे काय, we are going to use the theorem of three parallel lines at their transversal. Okay, so we'll go through the example now. So the solution, what measurement is given, that we'll write first of all. That is AC equal to 12, then CE is the x that we have to find it, then BD equal to 8 and DF equal to 4. Okay, so this is the given thing. Then again one thing is given in the diagram, that is AB is parallel to CD parallel to FE. Therefore by the property of three parallel lines and their transversals we get the ratio. What is the ratio now? That is AC upon CE is equal to BD upon DF. Okay, see, we have written the ratio AC upon CE equal to BD upon DF. Now we have to substitute the values. After substituting, what we get? See, what is the measurement of AC? AC is 12, CE x, BD is 8 and DF is 4. Okay, therefore x equal to 12 into 4 upon 8. Okay, see, what is the value of x? We have to cross multiply 12 into 4 and this 8 will be in the denominator. Now we will divide. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. Now we can divide 12 by these 2. So 2 ones are 2 and 2 sixes are 12. So we got the value of x, that is 6. Okay, we got the value of x. What they have told us, that is find x and a. We got the x as a 6. Okay, now we'll find the value of a. See, you can see here AE equal to, what is this complete? A means what? AC plus CE. So we'll write here AC plus CE. Okay, what is the value of A? We have to find the value of A. AC is 12 and CE is the x. Okay, so we have got the value of x, that is 6. So 12 plus 6 is 18. So we got the value of AE, that is AE equal to 18. So in this way, by using the theorem of three parallel lines, we can find the value of x and a. So we have finished example number 6 and 7. Now we will solve 8th and the 9th example. Okay. So as you can see that the diagram is given, figure is given. They have mentioned that in triangle LMN, MT is the bisector or MT bisects angle LMN. Okay. And they have given us the measurement. LN is 6, MN is 10, NT is 8 and we have to find LT. So as you can see here that ray MT bisects angle LMN. Angle bisector आहे म्हणजेच काय, we have to use the property of angle bisector. Okay, it is very clear from the diagram and whatever the information is given in the example, from that we can clearly identify that which theorem we have to use. Okay, so we'll use the theorem of angle bisector. So the solution, what measurement is given to us, that is LM equal to 6, then MN equal to 10 and TN is equal to 8. Okay, so this is given. Then next thing what is there, that is in triangle LMN, ray MN bisects angle LMN. Okay, therefore we have to use the property now. Therefore, by the property of angle bisector angle bisector of triangle. According to this property, we will write the ratio now. What will be the ratio now? That is LM upon MN is equal to LT upon TN. Okay. Now we'll substitute the values here. Therefore, what is the measurement of LM? LM is 6, MN is 10, LT we have to find it, and TN is 8. Okay. Therefore, LT is equal to, what it will be? 8 into 6 upon 10. Okay. So, we will divide it by 2. 2 4s are 8 and 2 5s are 10. Now, it is not possible to divide to make the division of 4 and 5 or 6 and 5. So, we will just multiply. That is equal to 4 6 are 24 upon 5. Okay. When we will divide 24 by 5, we will get the answer, that is 4.54 are 20, then 5 8s are 40. So, we will get the measurement of LT, that is equal to 4.8. So, in this way, by using this property, we can find out the measurement. We will solve the next example. Okay. In this next example also, we can see that the diagram is given to you. Then the ray BD is the bisector of angle ABC. And here also they have given us the measurement, but that measurement is in the different form, that is in the x form. Okay. So AB, they have given us x, BC is x plus 5, AD is x minus 2, and CD is x plus 5. So by using this information, we have to find the value of x. Now as you can see here that BD is the bisector, it means what? We have to use the property of angle bisector. Okay. So now we will solve. That is the solution first of all. Okay. Then what measurement is given to us? That is AB equal to x, then BC equal to x plus 5. Okay. Then AD equal to x minus 2 and CD equal to x plus 2. What is this? This is given. ओके. अजून काय दिलेलं आहे आपल्याला क्वेश्चन मध्ये पण दिलं आहे, डायग्राम मध्ये पण आपल्याला दिसतंय की रे BD इज द बायसेक्टर ऑफ एंगल ABC. सो वी राइट हियर इन ट्रायंगल ABC रे BD bisects angle ABC. Okay, so we have to use the property now. So by property of angle bisector, we get the ratio. What is the ratio now? That is AB upon BC equal to AD upon DC. Okay, so we will write the ratio. That is AB upon BC is equal to AD upon CD. We'll substitute the values now. What is the value of AB? AB is x. X upon BC is x plus 5. AD is x minus 2 and CD is x plus 2. Okay, so we have substituted the values. Now we will cross multiply. Okay, so how to cross multiply? That is x into x plus 2, that is equal to x minus 2, in other bracket it will be x plus 5. Now we have to solve these brackets, as all of you know. So x into x, that will be x square, plus x into 2, 2x. That is equal to, now we will go towards the next side. If you can't solve the brackets directly, you can make the steps, that is this x into x plus 5 minus 2 bracket x plus 5. Okay, now we will solve the bracket. That is x square plus 2x is equal to x into x is x square, x into 5, 5x minus 2 into x, 2x, and minus plus is minus, and 2 5s are 10. Okay, in this way we have solved the brackets now. Now whatever the x is there, we can plus it and we can cancel x square. See, you can see towards the both the side x square is there, that will cancel because कारण हा जो x square जो आहे तो ह्या साइडला आल्यानंतर तो मायनस होणार आहे and it will get cancelled obviously. So we'll just cancel it here only. After that what we'll get, that is the 2x equal to 5x minus 2x, that is 5 minus 2 is 3x minus 10. Okay, now what we'll do, 3x will shift towards the 2x, so that will be 2x minus 3x equal to minus 10. So minus x equal to minus 10, minus minus sign will get cancelled and at the end we will get the value of x, that is x equal to 10. Okay, so very simple it is. So here the most important thing is that you should be able to solve the brackets properly so that you will get the value of x. We will solve example number 10. This example is the activity based example. As you can see here that the diagram is given to you, triangle DEF, okay, and some more information is given to us, that is in the figure x is the any point in the interior of the triangle. Okay, so as you can see here that x is the point which is in the interior or inside the triangle it is. Okay, then this x is joined to the vertices of the triangle. As you can see, if you take the bigger triangle DEF, but still we see that the point x is joined to the vertices of the triangle DEF. We can see x is joined to E, x is joined to F and also to D. Similarly, if you take the small triangle which is inside, that is triangle PQR, in that case also we are going to see, or we can see that the x is joined to the vertices of the triangle PQR. Okay. Now as one more thing is given, that is the PQ is parallel to DE, then ER is parallel to EF, QR is parallel to EF, and we have to prove that PR is parallel to DF. Okay, so as you can see here that the parallel lines are given, so we have to use here the BPT theorem. It is the activity based, so we have to just fill up the boxes which are given. So we can see that in triangle XDE, PQ is parallel to DE. What is there now in triangle XDE? See, you can see here XDE. In this triangle PQ is parallel to DE. Okay, so by BPT theorem we can write the ratio, that is the XP. See, you can see here XP upon PD. What we will write? XP upon PD. So we will write here, that is the XP upon PD. Then is equal to QE. See, you can see here QE, and here at the denominator there is QE. So what will be the ratio at the numerator? That is the XQ. Okay. So by BPT theorem, as PQ is parallel to DE, by BPT theorem we got the ratio, that is XP upon PD equal to XQ upon QE. Okay. Now we will take the next triangle, that is the triangle XEF. In this triangle what we are able to see, that is QR is parallel to EF. So we can write the ratio now, as QR is parallel to EF, we will write the ratio, that is the XQ upon QE is equal to XR upon RF. Okay, what ratio we can write? That is XQ upon QE is equal to XR upon RF. Okay, by BPT theorem, and we have given the number as 1 and 2. As you can see for both the triangles XDE and XEF, by BPT theorem we have written the ratios and we have given the numbers 1 and 2. Okay, now from 1 and 2 what we get? As you can see in 1 and 2, which ratio is same? That is XQ upon QE is same in number 1 and 2. So from 1 and 2 we get that XP upon, what we get? That is XP upon PD. Okay, is equal to XR upon RF. XR upon RF. Okay, so we get the ratio, this ratio from 1 and 2. XP upon PD is equal to XR upon RF, because these two ratios are common. If you avoid these two, what we get? XP upon PD and XR upon RF. So we'll see here now. See, XP upon PD, this we got from 1 and 2. XP upon PD is equal to XR upon RF. So these ratios are equal, and so by converse of PPT we can say that PR is parallel to DF. Okay, so in this way we have finished this activity based question. Now we will go towards the last question of this exercise. Example number 11. This is the last sum of this practice set 1.2. Now we will see what is given in the question. That is, in triangle ABC, PD bisects angle ABC. As we can see here that the triangle ABC, ray BD is the bisector of angle ABC. Then CE is the bisector of angle ACB. Then if AB is congruent to AC, then we have to prove that ED is parallel to BC. As you can see that there is a dotted line ED. So we have to prove that this dotted line ED is parallel to BC. Okay. So as you can see here that in the question they have given the angle bisector, that is C bisects the angle ACB. Then BD bisects the angle ABC. So we are going to use the property of angle bisector. Okay. So we will take one by one. So solution. In triangle ABC, ray BD bisects angle ABC. Okay, ABC. So therefore we now will use the property, that is by property of angle bisector. By property of angle bisector. By using this property now, we will write the ratio. Okay, we will have the ratio. What will be the ratio now? BD is the bisector, so our ratio will be AB upon BC is equal to AD upon DC. Okay, so as you can see here that BD is the bisector, so our ratio will be AB upon BC equal to AD upon DC. So this will be our ratio, and we will number this ratio as number 1. Okay. Now we will see the next triangle, or in the triangle we will see the next bisector. Now again what is there, which ray? That is the ray CE. Ray CE bisects angle, which angle? ACB. Okay, therefore again we are going to use the property, that is by the property of angle bisector. By the property of angle bisector, we will have the ratio. What will be the ratio now? See, now CE is the bisector. Okay, which is the bisector? That is ray CE is the bisector now. So our ratio will be, what will be our ratio? That is AC upon BC equal to AE upon EB. Okay, this will be our ratio. We will write the ratio now. That is AC upon BC is equal to AE upon EB. Okay, so we will give the number as a number 2. Okay, now one more thing is given in the question, that is if sec AB is congruent to AC. So we will write here now, that is sec AB is congruent to sec AC. Okay, so it is what? It is given. And as this AB is congruent to AC, so what we will have now, what we will get? That is AB upon BC is equal to AC upon BC. Okay, so this AB is congruent to AC. Okay, AB is congruent to AC. So what we get from this? That is AB upon BC is congruent to or equal to AC upon BC. Now we will write the ratio. See, now AB upon BC is what? AD upon DC. AD upon DC Okay, we'll give the number here as number 3. Number 3. What ratio we get? AB upon BC means AD upon DC is equal to AC upon BC is equal to what? AE upon EB. See, we get AE upon BE. And we write here in the bracket, we write that we get this from 1, 2 and 3. Okay, from 1, 2 and 3 we get the ratio, that is AD upon DC is equal to AE upon BE. See, we can see here AE upon BE, okay, is equal to AD upon DC, AD upon DC. So therefore by converse of BPT, we can say that, what we can say, that is which line is parallel? ED is parallel to BC. Okay, got it all of you? Very simple it is. We have to take the bisector one by one. We have to write the ratio, make both the ratios together or equal, and we get the new ratio, and from this we can, by converse of BPT, we can prove that AD is parallel to BC.